Hey folks, Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids. I just finished another epic day of late fall bass fishing up here in the mountains of Maryland. I had to get back up here. I had to see if this bite was still red hot, and it sure was. I caught him on a blade bait. I caught him on a jerkbait and even caught one on an Alabama rig. And you know what? I caught my personal best Maryland smallmouth bass, the biggest smallmouth bass I've ever caught in the state of Maryland, and it happens to be the second biggest smallmouth bass I've ever caught in my life. It's an absolute giant. So you all just sit back and enjoy this video. There we go. Guys, this is my second drop. Second drop with a blade bait. Again, up here in the mountains of Maryland, folks. This is just absolutely incredible. I'm starting off where I finished off in my last video, literally on the same point, because I broke out the blade bait, caught that one trout. If you hadn't seen my last video, go check it out. Caught a trout on a blade bait, put it back down at the end of my night, and I found myself some smallmouth on it. So it's an itty bitty little 1/4 ounce on a very light action, my drop shot special rod. And look at this beautiful smallmouth to start the day and the beautiful morning sun. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? Check that out too. I got snow up here in the mountains of Maryland, and there's the beautiful first fish of the day on an itty bitty little 1/4 ounce SteelShad, a little SteelShad blade bait. The blade bait bite is on, guys. It's under 50 degrees right now. I'm at 49 and change. It's probably going to move up a couple degrees, but under 55 degrees, these little bad boys shine. So there's fish number one. Let's get at it and see how well we do today. All right, the blade bait drew first blood. There's another close-up look at the little SteelShad, a 1/4 ounce, just a little 1/4 ounce blade bait. And the setup's simple. I've got 6-pound test fluorocarbon leader. That's a real thin diameter line to go with my super thin diameter Power Pro, 8-pound test Power Pro, to a 3000 series Shimano Stratic. This is my drop shot special, 6'10", medium light, extra fast. It's the perfect setup for the little blade baits. And these little blade baits match the hatch up here big time. These fish up here in the mountains eat these tiny little bait fish, and I'm just sinking it way down. 30 feet of water I'm dropping it in, and I'm coming uphill in this case. So the fish are right on the lip. They're sitting at about, I guess, 18 feet of water, and hopefully we'll just have all kinds of fun with this little magic piece of metal. All right, we're on bottom, and it's just short little hops, itty bitty short little hops, bouncing it off the bottom. They generally hit it on the fall, so you just lift, gentle blurp, and just wait for that thing to load up and just gently pull back. Tiny little hooks. You don't need to do much to get these things to set. And man, I'm telling you right now, when you feel the surge on these little smallmouth down deep, it is a blast. So let's see how many more we can pick up. Wow, number two, like 3 casts later. Absolutely incredible. Looks like a decent fish too. They're all decent. Every one of these guys, yeah, they're all going to be reasonably small. There's some big fish in here, but I'm going to have a lot of numbers today, I have a feeling. But how's that for an absolutely beautiful sight? There are so many kinds of blade baits on the market. That SteelShad right there, I've never owned one. I just picked these up at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's an awesome little bait. They come in multiple sizes. Again, this is the 1/4 ounce. Just a real finessey, really great way to go when you've got real small bait fish in the body of water that you're fishing. And again, I don't know how to mention it, but yeah, these smallmouth, walleye, largemouth, trout, I've seen them basically spit up tiny itty bitty bait fish. And I've seen tiny itty bitty bait fish all over this lake. So this is a great match to the hatch, and it's obviously working. 2 fish in just a handful of casts. So let's get back on this little drop and try and pop another one. It's such an icy cold morning. I really figured that the best thing to do with these dropping water temps, and you know, now barely, I mean just barely hitting the 50-degree mark, which is about 2 to 3 degrees cooler than just a handful of days ago. That snow showing itself, and again, Jack Frost definitely nipping at our nose. I'm happy to go down deep for him, because that's obviously where a few are. And there he is, bang, just like that. Another one. So cool. Let's see what kind of size we got here. Another decent fish, closer to the first one, not quite as small as the last. Let me make sure I get off these rocks, and these fish definitely stay buttoned. Look at him jump, and he's still staying on. Let's see what we can do. 6-pound test, soft tip rod. I think I can still do that. There you go, blade bait magic. So I got really lucky with the weather today. We're looking at maybe high 40s. It's really cold now, but we got high 40s coming today, and we got mostly sunny, maybe partly cloudy skies towards the afternoon. But I had to take a day off when I saw this weather, because I also see what's coming. The weather that's coming is not looking very good. So I want to have one more hoorah up here. The time I've spent up here has been precious. the efforts I've made to get up here have been worth it. The fishing is absolutely astounding and the scenery is great. It's just such a great getaway. The fishing down my area with the largemouth is definitely tough. These smallmouth definitely like to cooperate, and they're already cooperating today. So I'm gonna make the most of it because it might be a while before I get back up here. Here we go. I'm glad I loosened my drag a little bit. I didn't realize how loose it was before, because this is a nice one, guys. That's a nice fish. Man, it is so fun catching them on a blade bait. It's been too long, but it's that time of year. All right, come on up here. Beautiful, beautiful fish. There we go. Fatties. Every time I've come up here, they just seem to be getting fatter and fatter. That is what they call the fall feed right there, folks. All right, we're gonna put up the blade bait. It's absolutely awesome. I know I'm gonna be getting a lot more fish on the blade bait today. It's definitely a great fallback deal, but that sunshiny bank over there is calling to me. The wind is just right. Everything's calling for that jerkbait. So I gotta get out there and see if the jerkbait's still happening. And the jerkbait, the Alabama rig, I'm gonna get over there and see if they're still munching. So let's get on over there and make it happen. Well, I love me a blade bait, but I love me a jerkbait too. It is sunshiny out here. I got this warming bank. I gotta do it. So there's the Mega Bass Vision 110. That is the something Edo Tennessee shad. I don't know. It's got a tiny little bit of chartreuse on the tail, a really great sunshiny side, and with this wind and this water clarity and this sun, that's going to be a great color. The LG Bone was the magic bait, not only in the Mega Bass Vision 110+1, but also in the Jackall Rerange. But this color here did catch me a few the last time I was out, so we're going to toss it around and see if the jerkbait's still on. Oh, guys, first jerkbait fish of the day. Oh my gosh, it feels like a nice one. Really feels like a nice one. And I was just going a little easy. He feels decent, and oh, he's a nice fish. My goodness, what a way to start the day on a jerkbait. A really good fish. And let's see if we can get him in here. He's a little sluggish, but I think I got him kind of in the chin, but he's still, regardless, a nice fish. Yeah, he's a good one. That's phenomenal. Look at this, guys. There you go, Mega Bass Vision 110. That's a great, big, beautiful smallie. Look at that, guys. Oh, don't spin on me, don't jump. There he is. How's that for a mountain bass? Gorgeous, right? All right, let's go ahead and get him back and see if we can get some more, because we're already at it. I mean, it's only been about 3 casts before he took the bait. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that's a good bite. I don't know how big. Oh, it's a nice one. You know what happened? I don't know. I've been having bad luck lately with my hitting the record button skills, but I actually had a back-to-back cast. That first one, the very next cast after that first one, I caught another one about the same size, but there's actually number 3 on a jerkbait. Sorry you couldn't see the second one, but nevertheless, this is only about 5 casts after what was 2 that you didn't see. Didn't even know I had them on. Didn't even know I had them on, but I do. Another nice one over that tree. Yeah, he was coming at me. I was actually having the boat move forward, and he was coming at me, so it took a minute before I realized what I had, which was another beautiful bass. There we go. All right by this beautiful natural spring right here. Got myself another beautiful fish. Nothing huge. Just all pretty. Back-to-back casts. Back-to-back. It's always like that. I catch one in some, not always, but a lot of times. Oh, he's a nice one. A little bigger than that last. But it seems like if I catch one, there's usually at least potentially a couple, maybe more sometimes, but that's just another gorgeous fish. Wow. Oh, right at the boat, right at the boat. My gosh, that is a short strike and a half. That's why you got to keep that jerkbait in the water. Just a couple more seconds so you can catch them like that. That's a nice one too. Really nice fish. Amazing. I was literally on the verge of bringing that bait in, and he ate it. There we go. Win. I'm so happy I've got this wind, because that's really, I'm telling you right now, that's what's turning these fish on. The wind is really hustling. I got the right color. It's putting a lot of flash in the water. I'm getting a great reaction bite, and I'm going into the wind with this little pelican of mine. I'm keeping that trolling motor on low and just gently facing the wind, because these fish, if it's something you didn't think about, a lot of times when the wind's blowing, if the wind's blowing this way, the fish are always facing into the wind. So when you're bringing that jerkbait back to you, you're going to have that bait coming right to them, and they are going to see it coming, and they are going to react. And that's what this guy just did. There we go, on the pause. That's one of the smaller ones of the day right there. But no, it's not that small. Again, it was running at me. They're all pretty decent size today. I'm really, really happy with the average size. And what I've been noticing is some of these are a little pale, and some of these, I don't know, I thought it was dirt, maybe not. But yeah, these fish are getting aggressive today. I thought they were stained from being on the bottom. It doesn't feel like that's anything like dirt, but he's got a little bit of pigment to him. All right, buddy, going back. Oh, wow, what a nice bite. Yeah, I've been just pausing. Oh, that's a good fish. Really good fish right there. Man, I am just absolutely just the happiest man in the world right now. They are just munching. Look at the size of that one. Man, he got every one of those hooks. But isn't that the most beautiful sight? Look at that bait in his mouth. Too cool. Another one. Another one pretty darn close to the boat too. Wow, digging. Come here. Oh, another one with him too. Yeah, I'm in them now, guys. There's fish chasing each other trying to get to this bait. There we go. All right. Oh man, another nice one. Awesome fish. Come here. That is a pretty smallmouth. Everything from the eyes, the colors, the white belly. I mean, look at that. Pure white. Oh my gosh. I adjusted the boat on a long pause, one twitch, and bang, another one. Bang, bang, bang. Just like that. Man, that was incredible. Longest pause probably of the morning, and all because, and probably the biggest bass of the day, all because I had to adjust because of this wind. And this wind is howling, but it's making these fish eat. And look at that nice fish. Unbelievable. He just about took it out of my hand. I was barely moving it, but he came and chased it down and munched it. There we go. Another one. Man, I don't know how many I've caught already, and I've been at it for like 40 minutes on this bank. So I don't know how many I've showed you by now, but I'm telling you right now, it's a bunch of them. All right, I beat the heck out of that bank, and now we've got some dimming light. We've got some high, thin clouds, and we're not getting as much shimmer and shine out of that there color that we were, so I'm gonna be changing it up. Probably going to that algae bone, that chartreuse belly, awesome color that Megabass has, and maybe even throwing that Jackall Rerange in the same color theme. And I'm gonna hit a channel swing bank. I'm gonna go get on an edge and on a bank that's got a little deeper water closer to it and see if they're still biting. What a great bite on a long pause right here on a new bank, folks. Not the channel swing bank. I thought about hitting a channel swing bank, but I know this one too, and I know it produces, and this is actually the bank where I've caught a handful of multiple species. So nice fish on the new spot. And there's the algae bone, folks. Again, dim light, really starting to get diffused light out here. It's not as bright and shiny, so I put up that other color that was a little bit more right for the bright, and now we've got the little bit of chartreuse for the dim. Okay, I am extremely excited to be down here by the dam. The second spot produced one bass, a couple spots after that, nothing. I got the Alabama rig, folks. I got the Alabama rig on board. I got some good wind down here, and it's still a little dim out here. That sun's been in and out with these thin high clouds. But let's see if we can catch something on an Alabama rig, something a little different today. We started off with a blade bait, destroyed them on that first spot, or I should say second spot, with the jerkbait. And now we're going to try an Alabama rig, see what happens. Here we go. I like the wind and I like the waves down here by the dam. This is absolutely perfect to be throwing this Alabama rig. I got the Flash Mob Junior. I got a couple exo swims, little 4-inch exo swims. Got the tails dipped in a little chartreuse, kind of like a blue back pearl belly. And I got 3 teasers up there, 3 little white teasers that hopefully will hopefully get it done. So let's see. I'm really excited to catch something here on the Alabama rig. It's been a little while since I had this out here. It's been a while since I've actually fished the dam, and I've done very well down here, including my personal best walleye a few videos ago. So let's see if it produces again. Oh, and it does, guys. It does. It literally does. In like 4 casts, I think it's been. Maybe 4 casts. That's all I've been throwing this thing. I don't know if it's a decent fish, a little fish, or what, but with 2 hooks on there, it's a good one. It's a really good one, guys. Look at that. Isn't that great? Alabama rig in the house. That's so cool. So started off with the blade bait, jerkbait destroyed them. Now we might do some damage on an Alabama rig. There's an up close and personal look at a Maryland style Alabama rig. I got the 2 hooks on the bottom. I got the 3 teasers up top on that Flash Mob Jr. Absolutely awesome to catch one that fast. So hopefully that's a sign of good things to come. Here we go, guys. Look at that. I got the Jackall Rerange out because I wasn't able to pull off another fish. Look at the hump back on this smallie. I couldn't pull another one off on that there Alabama rig, but I was happy to get him. But look at that unusual looking guy. Thick. Let's keep at it with this jerkbait for a while. Right by this big old boulder. Another one. That's like second cast. Oh, it's a nice one too. That's like the second cast after that last. Is amazing what the jerkbait can do. That Alabama rig's fun, but it's just hard to beat this steel right here. And this is the first time today I've been throwing this Jackall Rerange. And if you've watched any of my past videos, you know how absolutely insane that beauty is right there. There we go. All right. Oh my Lord, have mercy. This is the biggest smallmouth I have ever caught on this lake, and it's the absolute giant. Guys, I don't know what to say right now, but this is an absolutely enormous smallmouth bass. I swear, I don't think I've ever caught a smallmouth this big anywhere with the exception of up in New York. And look at this thing. I'm telling you right now, this is a nettable fish. Guys, right down here by the dam, I was waiting for the day that beast shows itself. Would you look at that smallmouth? I am lit up, guys. Oh my Lord. Hang tight. Let me get some pliers. All right, guys, the last hook is out on what is truly absolutely a giant for up here in Maryland. All right, let's say goodbye to that absolute beast of a smallmouth up here in the mountains of Maryland, my biggest yet, and I was waiting for him. It's been a while, but I'm glad to have you, buddy, going back. Well, those smallies gang up, and if there's a school of big ones around here, wouldn't that be something special? So I know a lot of you are thinking, that's not that big a smallmouth, and let me tell you, for me it is. That's a special fish right there. The biggest I've ever caught out of this lake, second biggest I've ever caught in my life. There's just not a lot of really good smallmouth fishing opportunities where I live. A lot of great largemouth lakes, but when it comes to smallmouth, few and far between. So that's one of the reasons I'm up here, to attack these smallmouth. If I can catch them in numbers, I don't care. That's all I care about. But when you catch them like that, when I catch them like that, that's just an absolute year maker right there for me. So yeah, if there's one, there's more. So if I catch anything like that today again, that would just be absolutely incredible. That's another good feeling fish. I don't think he's gonna do the other one. Wait a minute, guys. I got a walleye now. I got a keeper walleye and a great big one. What a, I don't know what to say. This is a great big giant walleye, guys. Look at that. I got a great big walleye after a PB smallmouth. I absolutely can't even believe it. What a day. What an absolutely incredible day, guys. Look at the size of this walleye. This bait's ridiculous. The Jackall Rerange taking care of business. Let me get the pliers. All right, the hooks are out. Check it out. Dinner time. Dinner is served. Look at that beautiful walleye. That is going on the stringer. It's just been another absolutely incredible day. It's happened many times coming out here in the past that the afternoon bite just dies off. I am so happy I got that PB smallmouth. I'm so happy I got that big old walleye, but I made it all the way back to the boat ramp point. The point over by the boat ramp that always did me well for at least one more fish. And that's what we're gonna try and do, folks. We're gonna try and get the sign out fish. So the next fish will be the last fish, and then we're gonna call it a night on another absolutely amazing day, doing some late fall bass fishing up here in the mountains of Maryland. So there it is. That's the first cast on the point. Let's see how long it takes before we can get them. When the point produces, folks, the point produces, and it's a nice one to call it a night. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Finally, it took a minute. It took about 12, 15 casts, and I got myself a really nice one to call it a night. I hope he stays on. I think he will. And there it is, folks. Just another gorgeous, beautiful bronzeback up here in the mountains of Maryland with a gorgeous setting sun in the background, folks. As always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.